Hello, I'm David Stishon, and this is my defense of the essay I researched for History 713 this term. My topic is the history television business. The history television business flourished during the last 30 years of the 20th century as entrepreneurs discovered that viewers would pay for history documentaries and other heritage programming presented as entertainment. The changes in broadcast technology affected not only access to this information, but also increasingly influenced cultural change in the digital era. The visual entertainment era began 125 years ago with the Edison kinetoscope and kinetophone, the peep show. Crank it up, put in a coin, and you have the first pay-per-view device. There's a common myth that calls these early devices Nickelodeons. Nickelodeons were actually vaudeville theaters from 1905 to 1915 that charged a nickel for admission, and the word Odeon is Greek for theater. The first nostalgia movies appeared in the kinetoscopes and Nickelodeons. The best remembered is the Great Train Robbery of 1903 that includes a famous scene where a cowboy shoots blanks toward the camera. This inspires each James Bond opening scene. In 1929, the film Wings won the first Academy Award as the last silent film. The director was a World War I pilot and used over 300 aviators and 3,500 soldier extras. The next year, Hell's Angels by Howard Hughes was nominated for several Academy Awards. While started as a silent, it became a talkie. 3 actors were killed and many were injured during production. The greatest early television pioneer was Walt Disney. While starting in cartoons, he created an entertainment empire and won all the television awards available the first year. Disney was an entrepreneur who integrated television, movies, toys, costumes, paperback books, comic books, records, board games, and much more. He incorporated many history stories in his programs, not just cowboy and Indian themes. In the 1970s, the broadcast networks produced several made-for-TV movies and miniseries, including The Waltons and Little House on the Prairie. History television fulfilled the need of Americans for nostalgia programming. The watershed occurred in 1977 as the adaptation of Roots appeared 8 nights in a row on ABC. This began a national conversation on slavery and history. Established in the 1970s as the 4th broadcast channel, the Public Broadcast Service, or PBS, broadcast many BBC shows, including Alistair Cook's America, James Burke's Connections, Masterpiece Theater, and history documentaries. In 1990, Ken Burns' The Civil War drew over 40 million viewers the first night. The new form of documentary in history was born. Beginning in the 1970s, cable entrepreneur Ted Turner of the WTBS Superstation fought the broadcasters and the FCC over copyright and access issues all the way to the Supreme Court. The Telecommunications Act of 1996 opened the new delivery means to everyone. Beginning in the 1970s, HBO, Cinemax, Nickelodeon, Showtime, and other new cable channels provided movies and other entertainment shortly after theater release. The odd length of movies created the opportunity for cartoons and short films that grew into new shows produced for the new specialty channels. The history television business came of age as All History All the Time arrived as the History Channel, followed by Discovery, Biography, the Learning Channel, the Military Channel, and many others who competed for the history documentary and nostalgia business. Independent producers are discovering old news films footage languishing in local television stations and are converting the old film into digits before irreplaceable American stories are lost. As the now hundreds of independent film production entrepreneurs create new history documentaries, they locate thousands of veterans and other pioneers to interview. Though only a few seconds of these interviews appear on shows, untold thousands of hours of testimony from those now gone wait in digits in private film archives for researchers. The many popular streaming series today include Vikings, The Last Kingdom, 1883, Outlander, and many more. While a form of nostalgia entertainment, they prove that the public desires ever more accurate and gritty history on whatever visual venue. Each of these blockbusters and the thousands of other history television projects require historians to serve as advisors and for subject matter expert appearances. The history television business evolves as history technology changes, from inserting a nickel in a slot to watching a show on our watch. While there are few history academic sources that follow the history entertainment business, there are mass media journals that explore the genre. While not every show is completely accurate, the exposure to history for the vast majority of Americans is presented through the history television business. I appreciate the access to entrepreneurs involved in this process who shared their experiences for this essay, and many are still providing research, scripts, guns, costumes, cars, tanks, and their historical expertise. I'm David Stishon, and I hope you've enjoyed my defense of an essay on the history television business.